Hi, welcome back to ID Sports, NBA Draft 2017. It was fun. It was very, very fun.
It was fun indeed.
It was scary at times. We didn't know what was going to happen. You're going to see about 2 clips about 30 minutes apart. Everything Jimmy Butler related is in the other clip. So stop yelling at us already.
I was so excited to see Jimmy Butler.
It's going to go in the other clip.
But the other clip?
I
will stress what I stressed to Jason this morning.
In the other clip.
Really quick. I seen it and I thought it was I thought he was going to the Pelicans. Okay. And I was thinking, oh my God, another super team. We have DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, and Jimmy Butler. And then I realized that he was going to the Timberwolves, and I thought, Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jimmy Butler's not a bad big 3 either. But we'll save it for the other clip because I want to talk about the other clip.
Let's go to the other clip.
I'm talking about the other clip.
You look 15 years younger with that hat on, actually.
I like that, actually.
It's a compliment.
I'm stressed. There's probably a comment section galore. I'm obsessed with Peaky Blinders, man. And I just can't get it out of my head. I actually have a razor blade in the edge of this hat, just in case
come with the hats.
You say something that pisses me off.
And then what would you do with it?
Slice it.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's how
I haven't seen any of the show, so.
You need to watch it. It's unbelievable.
First round and second round of the NBA draft, we'll go through them relatively quickly, because if you're just waiting until us to watch as to what happened, you're about a day late, so. For
Very
those
true.
who are waiting on their breaking news, they probably go to the interwebs to get their list. But here are the first and second round. We'll go through the first round quickly. Fultz, Ball, Tatum, Jackson into Aaron Fox. The Celtics actually claimed, or it was reported, that they would have taken Jason Tatum with the first overall pick if they had it. I guess that falls under the philosophy of take the guy you want. Jonathan Isaac. And then, of course, there was the Bulls trade. The Knicks take the Frenchman, Frank Ntilikina. I pronounced it wrong, but I don't care. I'm just going to call him Frank from this point on.
Frank the Frenchman.
French
Frank.
We've already been over it. Frankfurter. Dennis Smith Jr., NC State, was having a tweet circulated from 2011 going around about how he slangs wood.
Like it.
Genius. Dallas Mavericks took Smith. Zach Collins went 11. The Hornets grabbed Malik Monk, and we get the Kemba Walker Malik Monk combo until hopefully 2027. Luke Kennard and then Bam Adebayo was a big pick for the Miami Heat. TJ Leaf, a lot of you guys remember him from UCLA's run in the tournament. Indiana Pacers. Anges Pachekniks is the other 7-foot Latvian guy who shoots threes and is a center. He played with Kristaps Porzingis in the Latavia. With Tingus Pingus. And then Kyle Kuzma, Utah forward, went to Los Angeles Lakers, and as well as Josh Hart. For the second round, man, this draft was deep, and there's a lot of winners and a lot of losers. Actually, it's just the Bulls who lost. Everybody else seemed to have won. But Frank Jackson was the Naismith Player of the Year, a veteran pick for the Pelicans. Who else did I want to mention? All the Oregon guys went, which is great. Granted, the Knicks took Dotson, who's 37 years old, but that's fine. And the other note for the second round has to be Ivan Rabb, who ahead of this draft, so like back in October when they're doing mock drafts, he was like projected 3rd overall. And then things obviously change. His tape comes out, and scouts didn't like as much as they've seen, but it's a good pick. The ceiling is high. The Grizzlies pick up another a forward that can really make a difference right off the bat. The Clippers got Thornwell, and then his other backcourt buddy, PJ Dozier, who I really wanted to see drafted, is now on the market. Yeah. So that's that for that. Now let's get to the fun stuff before we get to the winners and the losers. Rudy Gobert was very quick to tweet out about Frank. Remember, we call him Frank. Rudy Gobert, a Frenchman, said bust potential goes up automatically 50% when you're from Europe. So Knicks fans see this, they go, what's his bust potential? 60%. Thanks, ESPN. Did you hear about the Woj bombs? Adrian Wojnarowski was tweeting out all of the sourced information as to who was going to be picked. He was at times 3 picks ahead of what was on.
Wow. He was a leaker.
It wasn't just. I'm happy that ESPN allowed this to happen, because don't fight these things.
Yeah.
You can't win. If you're going to try to penalize or fine or whatever, or take away reporters' credentials for leaking information that is about to be known, sure, we live in this ridiculous, high-paced, by the second update when it comes to the Twitter information, all that kind of stuff. But you can't fight this. This is what the future of the NBA draft is going to be. It's going to be just done on Twitter.
Just looking through that list, the amount of Europeans is Pretty startling.
Yeah.
They're definitely coming throughout. By the way, quick question. Going to throw you on the spot and you're not going to know the answer to, but
possibly.
NCAA final. Humongous foreigner.
Bam Adebayo? No, it wasn't the final.
The big white guy, humongous, like 7 foot.
Oh, for Gonzaga.
Yeah. Did he get drafted?
I don't think he did. No,
Unbelievable.
But there was a few others. Collins got drafted. No, Collins wasn't Gonzaga. Who am I thinking? Well, Williams-Goss went late, which is a good pickup. He was the guard. Their starting backcourt.
So no, nada.
No, is he coming back though to Gonzaga?
No, I think he came back for his 19th year to play in the tournament because he definitely has a mortgage and 4 kids.
That's fair. That's fair.
He's a very old-looking guy.
You should send him an honorary
Send him an honorary hat so that he can make himself look a little bit younger.
Beret. What is it called?
We call it bunnet.
A bunnet.
A bunnet, but it has a name.
B-O-N-N-E-T? A bonnet?
B-U-N-N-E-T. Bunnet.
Bunnet.
Yeah, bunnet.
You look ridiculous.
No, I don't.
I like it.
Hey, Jason, just for the record.
Yeah.
Frank that got drafted, the last name that was throwing you off, it's way less intimidating.
It's Ntilikina, right?
Ntilikina.
Ntilikina.
No T. The T's just there for fun. Shits and gigs, like the K and knife.
It's like here's a T.
Yeah, exactly. Ntilikina.
Ntilikina. I don't mind it. I think, but could we just call him Frank just forever?
Frank.
Yeah, because honestly, we can, since he is the first and only ever Frank to be in the NBA, ever. There's never been another Frank.
I think there's another French Frank in the league.
No.
It's Frank Kaminsky.
Wrong answer.
Oh, Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank the...
But he's the Tank. This is just
He's French?
Yeah, well, I mean, Kaminsky's a French last name. I'm assuming he's gonna. His
no,
family.
the fuck it's not.
No.
Yes, it is.
In his specific situation, it might be, but it's not like traditionally.
I swear to God, Kaminsky's a French last name.
Anything with a ski, Polish or
look it up, please. Let me be justified.
Kaminsky is not. I just frankly don't believe it.
Anything ends with an insky is French. There's no possible way.
Hold. I want to be vindicated.
I just don't believe it. It's Polish. Of course it's Polish.
Exactly.
Thank you. I was just going to chime in. It's Polish, dude.
Jesus.
Okay, Kaminsky's a Polish last name.
Let's weigh up some of the French players that Jason could have used as an example.
Tony Parker. No one would like.
Parker's not a French name either. He's
super French.
He's just a French guy with the name Parker. That's like saying.
He's from. Is he actually from France or no? Well, yeah, he plays in the French national team.
Peter Parker. Is he French?
Yes, because Tony Parker's French.
Let's weigh up some. Robert Perez. We have Marcel Desailly. We have, yeah, at least it's in the same realm.
So, but where you go. Let's weigh up all the names that could be French. Perez.
No, I'm getting through them. Desailly, Thierry Henry.
That's like
there is some
Henry's
Ribéry. Like there's a bunch of at least, but anything with an S, K, and Y on it is definitely nowhere near either France, Italy, or Spain.
Could be.
Like when he said that, you said it with such a straight face. I was like,
do you know it's true? I did said it very, very confidently. It's not just a French last name.
Dan from the back is like, no, it's not.
It's not. Polish, whatever, same thing.
Oh man.
With immediate confidence, not just that, he's actually just American.
I know. It's. Here, let me just read the full Google statement. Kaminsky, this is actually, they just adjusted it here. Hey Jason, Kaminsky is absolutely a surname of Polish origin. It is the 6th most common surname in Poland.
Just like Perez being the 1st most common surname in France, according to Maxwell.
Perez name, I'm gonna check this out.
Perez is gonna be more Spanish than French.
Portuguese, actually.
You did, I thought you meant P-E-R-E-Z.
At least I'm in the same sort of.
Whoa.
Exotic.
Do not try to P-I-R-E-S as in you.
Judge Ja'Cory Jackson.
Judge Ja'Cory Jackson is Perez, the one he was referring to, and he said Perez, P-I-R-E-S or P-E-R-E-Z.
No, Perez. I was saying Robert Perez, who's the player that plays for France.
Oh, I didn't hear Robert. I didn't hear Robert.
But either way, even if I was saying that, am I closer when I say Perez to France, or am I closer if I say Kaminsky?
You're at least like the same like romance languages. Like
exactly.
How common is that name in Portugal?
Very common, and in France.
Common.
French football, Robert Perez, Brazilian football.
It's common.
But look at all these, like they're all Portuguese.
French last name.
Like so even some Brazilian in there, but it's like when you look down all the Kaminskis, I don't think you'll ever find one French.
There's gonna be a ton of French. Just wait.
Like
just
it wasn't
wait.
just saying
Just
French.
wait.
Like you insisted with confidence that it was French.
I thought he was French.
How, Sway?
I have no reason. I actually had reason. I just don't remember what exactly it was.
What a clip.
French.
I'm so happy. All right, I think we should get to other things that are related to
Like
the draft.
Adrian Wojnarowski, also French.
Yeah. Adrian Wojnarowski.
So basically, they kept tweeting at all the NBA team accounts asking about trades. So somebody goes, "Where are the trades?" And the Trailblazers finally responded, "Tweet Woj, not us." Which is hilarious.
amazing.
We move forward. There's a few more.
This is so funny.
So the story behind this one is that James Dolan has a band, a very bad band, objectively a terribly shitty band that should probably be disbanded because he has more things to do with his life.
Disbanded.
Like maybe run the Knicks. So his band, JD and the Straight Shot, not a terrible name for a band. I'm not gonna rip on the name, not a bad name. Was playing in New York on draft night because most NBA owners don't go to the draft, they play in their bands. And there were people heckling James Dolan, asking him to stop Phil from trading Porzingis.
That is.
Hence the tweet. I think I heard wagon wheel. Okay, here we go. And a 1 and a 2.
That's hilarious. I just don't get. It's almost like too funny to be written down. This guy who, in the midst of one of the supposed hugest like things going on in the Knicks, where everyone is panicking, this guy is just putting on a show. And did he expect that someone wasn't going to come up there and at least let him know how they felt about Phil Jackson in the midst of it?
I think.
Was it in New York? The show
was there.
Was the show in New York?
Yeah,
Of course. All right.
it was. We continue. Kenny Mayne with a very, very big winning tweet. Kanye walks in, grabs the mic from LeVar Ball, and the universe is rebalanced. Right? That's underrated. It's an underrated tweet.
I like you give voice to the underrated tweets, and I think that's an honorable thing.
Kenny Mayne's like a SportsCenter host. He's been around for a long time. Additionally, LeVar Ball got booed when he was walking out, and he threw his hat, and someone caught the hat, and the report is that he turned down a pair of Yeezys in return for the hat because they think they're going to get some money from LeVar Ball's Triple B hat. Maybe they do. I don't know.
I think they'll probably sell. I mean,
the hat probably was valued at $500 for LeVar Ball.
I think that there's a clear distinction that kind of was brought up when we were having a talking point with our sound guy who is a Lakers fan walking in, where a lot of people have been caught up in amidst the issues with LeVar Ball, and it's almost overshadowed how much of a prospect his son is for the Los Angeles Lakers. So as far as what I would be thinking if I was a Lakers fan, would I have rather had Fultz or Lonzo Ball? I don't know, man. Like I look at Lonzo Ball now with that open market with D'Angelo Russell heading out. I don't think he's going to be able to step in immediately and perform to that level. But I think you think he is.
I do.
I think he'll take some. I think he'll be a similar first season to D'Angelo Russell with a lot more assists and maybe they start to look a little bit more.
I think you're going to see. I don't. You could be very right.
I think they'll just
Don't
start.
get me
I think
wrong.
they'll show signs of looking promise. Like, because when D'Angelo Russell stepped in, you have to say one thing to start with. Is like Kobe Bryant was still there taking every single shot under the sun.
That's true. It was
so
unfair.
I think that was a disadvantage for D'Angelo Russell last season. I thought at times he looked great, and I thought the system looked like it was coming together. I think that Lonzo Ball will be able to offer, of course, more of a pass-first option and utilize some more players around him and maybe get Brandon Ingram some more shots so that we can start to see what he's capable of. But I don't think you'll see an immediate difference in terms of their record. I don't think it'll be like leaps and bounds ahead of what happened last year. I think they'll be in a similar vein, but I think you still got to give the guy a chance and put to the back of your mind the fact that his dad's annoying. And put to the back of your mind the fact that you think that if you buy a pair of Lonzo Ball shoes that it's gone right in LeVar's pocket. Because it might do, but you're still a fan of that guy. You're still a fan of the fact that he's coming to the team that you think is the best fit for him. So keep that in mind rather than being like, oh, LeVar Ball is just an idiot.
Since day one of LeVar Ball's clowning of the whole entire mainstream media, I've been saying, don't penalize Lonzo Ball for this. I think Lonzo Ball is going to step in. And he's not going to score as much as D'Angelo Russell is, but in terms of like moving an offense and playing within a system that Luke Walton is trying to create there, you're going to see an immediate impact, I think, on day one. No, I don't think they're winning the NBA Finals. And just like Magic Johnson will become the first rookie to win the NBA Finals MVP. I think that's absurd.
Jason, I have to disagree with you.
You're wrong, Bart, man.
Dude,
I'm telling you.
No. This is the only thing I'm going to have to say on him. He's more of a brand and less of a man.
Wrong.
Yes.
Listen,
and
Bart,
he's giving
Lonzo Ball isn't a brand.
He
His
is.
Father,
well, he sure is acting like one.
No, he's not.
And that to me will as a player,
you're falling into the trap here.
No, because it's this. He is given the keys to the Lakers.
No, he's not.
Yes, more or less, because everybody on the Lakers end, they're kind of giving him this like high accolade. Okay, now this is the only thing I have to say. He's given the keys to the Lakers kingdom, whatever you want to call it, car, right? And it's like he doesn't know where the gas station's at. I don't see Lonzo Ball as Lonzo, whatever. I don't see him as the guy that's going to take the Lakers onto the next level. I see it, and we were discussing it earlier. I see it more on Brandon Ingram, and we agree on that.
Right.
But Lonzo Ball is not the guy. It's going to be somebody else. He's not the guy.
Hear me out. Here's what people keep falling in. You're a good example of this, so thank you for letting me use you as this example.
Wrong.
People keep putting this trap into play. Lonzo Ball ain't a brand. I'm finishing this thought and then we'll wrap it up. Lonzo Ball, I'm not gonna let that come out and then not be able to rebuttal it. Lonzo Ball is not a brand. He can be. His father's empire entirely hinges on how good Lonzo Ball is. But what did Lonzo Ball say when he first sat down after the interview? I look forward to getting Brandon Ingram the shots he can get him. I look forward to getting other players on the team theirs. Lonzo Ball took a 15-17 UCLA team, who is badly coached by a father who'd rather play his son over Zach LaVine 2 years prior, to the best offense in the country by a mile and a half. And yes, they got beat bad by Kentucky. They got out-coached and out-talented by Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. But that is not a fluke. That was with guys like TJ Luke taking shots. Now you got a 1 year under his belt Brandon Ingram, who's gonna be fed and fed and fed. And Ball is not going to be the guy to average D'Angelo Russell's point totals. Russell has become a score-first player in a league that values score-first point guards. But what Lonzo Ball brings, as we've been saying in the NBA Pro comparisons, people get mad when they see this occasionally. He is the next coming of Jason Kidd for a reason. He is going to be a pass-heavy point guard and happy to move the ball in transition as well as anybody else. And he is sneakily 1,000 times more athletic than D'Angelo Russell will ever be. He doesn't look it. Or Jason Kidd, actually, true, and Jason Kidd. He's got a great build. He's tall. He has a weird-ass jump shot, but so have other players in their time, and he's not going to be called on to be taking the three. Now, in addition to all of that, we don't know what's going to happen with Julius Randle and who else comes in there, if they're still looking to make trades, if they're still looking to sign Paul George. Lonzo Ball will never be, in my opinion, the #1 guy on the Lakers. But I can tell you this, just like Chris Paul, everybody around him will always be better throughout their careers. And the players that leave Lonzo Ball in the future, and it's a bold take, but the players who leave him in the future, like if DeAndre Jordan left the Clippers, you would see how much Chris Paul has turned his career into one of the best, at least pick and roll guys in the NBA, and the 70% finishing at the rim because of the gravity. Lonzo Ball is going to take players away from their assignments and get open looks for all of his other guys. It's unique, but you can't let LeVar Ball penalize him because LeVar Ball has created this ridiculous dynamic. I promise you this, if LeVar Ball was silent throughout the entirety of this process, not one person would even question it, and I would even say that the #1 pick would be considering to take Lonzo Ball. Like the Sixers would have been possibly trading up for Lonzo Ball instead of Markelle Fultz.
All right. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. NBA draft, first round, second round, third round. Jason is excited. for that. That was all the rounds right there in front of you. There was 2 rounds quite in front. And Jason, I think, made a great point, but also a fan of the Lakers, so I'm sure that's coming right from the heart. But Jason's delighted with Frank the Frenchman, and we all know that we're looking out for French Frank Kaminsky to set himself big high hopes for this future this season.
Thanks, kid.